Well, we have disembarked from the Hogwarts Express, also known as the Jacobite Steam Train, and we have made it to the city of Mallaig.
We really enjoyed the trip so far. On the way back, they actually moved the engine, so we're heading in the opposite direction. We're going straight back to where we came from. And this time we're sitting on the opposite side, so I think we'll have much better views of everything this go around.
Yeah, when we were booking our tickets, I was kind of trying to pick our seat to have the best view possible, which is on the other side of the train. And turns out you can't pick them. They assign people, but everybody switches. So we didn't have the best side going over there, but this time on the way back, we'll have the best side. Shortly after we got here, we walked around the corner to a delicious restaurant called the Cabin, and I had some incredible hake. That's a catch of the day, and mine was absolutely delicious.
I did not have that. I had chicken schnitzel, which was very good, and some chips.
You know what they say, when in Scotland, get the schnitzel.
That's what they say. I was going to get fish and chips, but then it sounded really good, and I was like, I can get fish and chips at any restaurant,
So after we get back to Fort William, when the train is over, we have a 4-hour drive down the west coast of Scotland. Let me let this car go past. Down the west coast of Scotland, passing through Glasgow before heading to Ryan, which is where we catch our 5:30 a.m. ferry to... Before we catch our 5:30 a.m. ferry to...
Ireland.
Specifically Belfast, Northern Ireland. This is going to be our last full day in Scotland. It has been an absolute dream. So we're going to be in Northern Ireland and Ireland for the next week exploring, and then we're actually catching the same ferry back across the Irish Sea, back to Scotland, and then driving another 5 hours across the entire country because we fly out of Edinburgh. So we do still have one half day in Scotland in about a week or so, but our time is winding down in the Haggis land.
Which you haven't had yet.
I have not had yet, but I have a place picked out for the last night before we check out. So we're going to walk back to the train so they don't leave us, because we have a very prompt time to be back, and enjoy the rest of the train ride. We just got off the Jacobite Steam Train at Fort William. We were kind of hoping that as we got off, the train would still be parked there, but by the time we got out of the terminal and came around, it had done gone. What'd you think?
So that's not it.
Yeah, that's not the Caledonian Sleeper. That's not what we were on, but yeah, that was fun. Mm-hmm. It was hot, I'm going to be honest. We had the afternoon train, there's a morning train as well, and we had the sun when we left, and we had the sun when we got back. Once we were getting going, it was fine. 10 out of 10 would recommend. It is not cheap. I think it was 75 pounds a person, roughly, somewhere along there. And we had the, what would you call it, economy?
The cheapest.
Yeah, the
seats
lowest
of the
seats.
train, yeah.
Like a fool, I thought we were going to be able to book one of the private cars like you saw in Harry Potter, but...
We walked through the whole train, though, when we got off at one of the stations to kind of see what the other sections looked like, and the first class really didn't look any different than what we had, other than the seats might have been just a smidge bigger, and they had a fancy lamp on the table.
Now, first class did include unlimited coffee and tea at your table, so if that's what you're into, but
the cabins were very nice.
Yeah, the cabins were incredible. I wish we could have done that, but maybe next time. So yeah, if you guys are in the western side of Scotland, that is a great way. Some of the people on the train were talking, and that's actually how they got to see the Isle of Skye. As they took it up to Mallaig, looked at the Isle of Skye, and said, okay, that's about all we're going to do. Whereas luckily we were able to go there and visit it. So yeah, that was incredible. So what are we doing next? Tell the people.
So now we have a very long drive, about 4.5 hours, I think, to the hotel we're staying in tonight. Hopefully getting, 3.5 hours of sleep, maybe, and then we're getting up very early tomorrow to get on the ferry to go across to Belfast, Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
Which I think we might have already said in this video.
I think we did say that, but that's okay.
So yeah, we did get some snacks, some Scottish snacks. So we might try those out, do a little taste test when we get to the hotel. So you might see that in this video. If you don't, I guess we didn't do it.
Yeah. Alright, so we'll check in with you guys when we get to the hotel, and you guys will get to see us eat our yummy snacks for dinner. We thought it would be pretty fun to buy some of Scotland's most famous snacks. Some of these we found online before we got here. Some of them were recommended to us by actual Scottish people. So if you're from Scotland and don't know what this stuff is, I'm sorry. I asked and they pointed and I bought. So that's kind of how we did it. So the first Scottish snack that we are going to try is their very famous soda, Iron Brew. It's got quite the color to it. I don't know how to describe it. It's sweet, but it's not overly sweet.
No, I thought it was gonna taste a lot like an orange soda, but it's not nearly as like sugary or tart, sweet tasting. And I kind of like that it doesn't taste as sugary as most sodas do.
Yeah. I'm not going to go through the history of everything, but this has actually been a soda since 1901. And while the flavor is under secret guard, many people describe it as an orange banana bubblegum.
I did not get that.
I don't get any of that.
I don't really like banana.
I could almost push for a bubblegum flavor.
No, I need to try it.
Yeah.
Orange, banana, and bubblegum?
Yeah. I think there's a little bubblegum at the end, but not in like a gross way.
It does smell very bubblegummy. I don't really taste bubblegum though.
No, but I like it a lot. I wish we could get this back in the States.
Next we're going to try the Tasty Tablet, which does not sound appetizing, I'm going to be honest with you. When I first saw the box, I was a little scared that it was medicinal and not food, but it is in fact food. I think it's going to be similar to fudge. It says that it's sugar, sweetened condensed milk, evaporated milk, blah blah blah.
Yeah, sounds very fudgy.
I feel like I should eat this whole thing if it's like fudge.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and have a bite and I'll have the other bite. Oh.
That is very sweet. Almost too much.
I'm glad I didn't eat a whole one.
There's not very many in here. There's like maybe 7 little tiny square tablets, but yeah, it's similar to fudge. It has more of a
You know what it reminds me of? It's the consistency of those incredible maple candies from the northeast of America.
Dude, let's drive home. We'll hit all the maple candy stores on the way back, and if they're closed, then maybe we'll tap a tree and make some ourselves.
I was gonna say, it's not as like thick as fudge. It's more like a chalky. Sounds bad, but
It's like granular. Like as you eat it, you can feel the sugar soaking into your molars and causing problems for everybody.
it might be sweeter than fudge though.
I like that.
Very sweet.
I think it's really good in small quantities, but
I could eat like a couple bites and then I'd probably be done.
so next we have the Scottish toffee cake.
This isn't really a snack, but I thought it looked good in the store that we were in, so I got it.
Baked in the Highlands is what this says. Actually, I think we bought most of these snacks in the Highlands now that I think about that. Just gonna rip off a little chunk. That is good. It's not overly sweet, but you definitely get the forward taste of toffee. Doesn't hurt my molars like the tablets did.
Yeah, that's really good.
That's
It'd
really
be really
good.
good with a piece of coffee. Have a piece of toffee with your coffee. Oh,
This would be really good with a cup of coffee or a piece of coffee, depending on how you enjoy your coffee. That's right, I like this a lot. So these are the Highland oat cakes. Not sure that every oat cake is from the Highlands or not. First judgment is they look like those things that people ate on ships when they were crossing America. They taste like those things that people ate on ships while they were crossing America. Have you ever bitten a piece of particle board, like from furniture? Like when you were a kid, you just kind of like gnaw on the corner? That's what this tastes like. On the box, they show it with cheese, tomato, and a little bit of basil.
I do not care for this.
It also says extremely high in fiber, and I believe it, because it tastes like wood.
That's disgusting. I don't like putting cheese on top of milk.
I don't think it's disgusting.
Just throw it in the trash.
I think it's
It tastes like, it doesn't even taste like food. That has no flavor. Next, we have the butter biscuits. I'm worried because they look similar to the very gross oat cake or whatever it was called that I just ate. At least it has butter in the...
This is a biscuit, so it's a cookie, so it should be good. I'm hoping it's going to be like a shortbread, but we will find out.
Being it's called Orkney, I assume they're from the Orkney Islands. But I cannot find that on the packaging. This one doesn't feel as hard. Maybe that's a good sign.
It's not shortbread, but it's like 3 blocks down from shortbread.
It is better than the last one. There is a food flavor. This might be good with something on it.
Like a spoonful of jam.
It's not awful. But I would want to put something on it, not just eat them by itself. And last but not least, the Iron Brew Humbugs. So basically Iron Brew candy. They look like little gumdrops.
They're quite large for a piece of sucking candy.
Don't choke.
Sucking candy, that's a phrase you don't hear anymore. Went down to the corner store and get you some sucking candy. You ready?
Pretty large.
It tastes the exact same as Iron Brew.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Yeah. Like an orange banana bubblegum, apparently. No, that's really good. It tastes just... Sometimes soda candies don't taste very good. I've had some Dr. Pepper things in my life that were terrible. I like this.
So my favorite would be the toffee cake. It wasn't overly sweet. I think it would be really good with a cup or a piece of coffee. And my least favorite,
Let's take
what
a
could
guess.
it be? I forget what the oat cakes.
Yeah, the Highland oat cakes.
The Highland oat cakes. They were not good, and I do not recommend them for anyone in Scotland.
If you're from Scotland, or if you like those, leave a comment below and tell us what's wrong with you. I'm sure if that's what you grew up eating, they're
felt
fine.
like I was on the Oregon Trail, and that was all I had to eat.
My least favorite is the toffee. No, it's the oat cake. It's particle board. It is absolutely particle board. My favorite is actually also going to be the toffee cake. I love the Iron Brew. That's really good. Drinks are kind of hard to compare to food. If you're traveling through Scotland and you like toffee, or you like cakes, or you like pieces of coffee, I would definitely try that. Steer clear of the oat cakes. Might cure scurvy, but you won't be happy about it. Have you ever bitten a dresser made from IKEA? You know, that particle board consistency?
There's a bug in here. That is no flavor. You have pieces in your beard, Christian.
Now I'm going to be honest, this is not the first time we have had Iron Brew.
Now, spoiler alert, we did try this the very first day we were here, I think.
Because we needed some caffeine and we thought, when in Scotland, have some Iron Brew. Thanks for watching Riley Roams. Please subscribe to our channel to keep up with all of our travels. Don't forget to hit that like button and leave us a comment below about your favorite part of this video.